still sold as a commodity, and they need to educate consumers. Now, I have some questions here, a general question that comes, and I want to ask all presenters. Okay, we see them all. Hello. Is if you could identify one major challenge, only one, in the marketing of the products, which one should this one be? Yifat?
Wow. I think it's the traditional production, but it's also the education of public. I mean, public are very fine-tuning regarding wine, but totally less uneducated regarding olive oil. And this gap should be solved somehow.
Okay, thank you. Charis Spyropoulos? Harry, we cannot hear you. Harry, we cannot.
I'm sorry,
Yes.
I'm sorry, I had the microphone off.
Please start again, please. We could not hear you. Thank you.
I would also have to say education of the public and perception, because it's in practice you need to ask consumers to pay a much higher price for a product they believe they know, but actually they don't know in details.
So education is another thing. Arturo, what is your opinion? I guess you already...
I mentioned before, and
Yes,
I agree with Yifat, and it's hard for me to pronounce the name, so I'm sorry. Anyway, education, quality itself, and the quality without education doesn't mean anything. So in my concern, we need to educate the consumers. We need to show the product how it is with the right quality. So I agree with my partners here.
Okay, but how easy it is to educate consumers, because this costs money, requires time and commitment, and this is not something. And this is another topic. This is not something that individual consumers can do by themselves. They lack the resources and they don't have the time. So. Yes, please.
In my concern, as my previous history, anyone that taste the olive oil is educated itself. So you only need to let them to try it. That's it.
It's true.
After that, if they try it, taste it, you will explain everything. But if they don't taste it, you won't be able to understand what we're talking about. So many people that I share with them the conversation about how early harvest or extra virgin late harvest also means, unless they taste it, they won't be able to understand what I'm talking about. So, but it's hard, go one by one. So, it's a long way we have from now on. We're working since 7-8 years ago, and many more people are in Spain aware of what early harvest means. Now we have stores with many shelves with many brands. You have to realize that 15 years ago in Spain, we had only probably 10, 12, 15 producers related to the early harvest. Now we have over 80, 90, probably 100 producers with their own brands working on the same range of the gourmet product. So we're working. It's hard. It's slow to go through, but that's the way.
Okay, thank you very much. So, if I wanted to say something, yes, please.
Yeah, first of all, I totally agree with Arturo, of course. I mean, if we will start since, kindergarten and in school and high school, they won't taste and buy a not qualified olive oil. That's for sure. I mean, I know it by myself. I mean, it's working. But there are a few stages. I mean, usually we are like kind of targeting the foodies, the 20%, and we can say, okay, it's okay. The 20%, like in the Pareto rule, the 20% will cause the other 80% to follow them. But it's not true to target only 20%. We want to target the middle class. We want to target mothers. And so I do believe that we have to educate, first of all, according to the health advantages of this product. I think they are not well known and well discussed. And also, I'm looking for the last few years for a good research that will explain me the damage, the disadvantages of bad olive oil, of fake olive oil, and I don't find it. So for people, it's like, okay, it's not the premium qualified or premium extra virgin, but it's okay. I think we need to show them that it's not okay. There is a damage with an olive oil that has fats and all the other damages. And the last thing is tourism. I mean, we are going back to local tourism, to foodie tourism, the POD, the GI, geographical indication. We have to work with the European Union and other global international bodies to sign those areas and to provide them resources and knowledge and visibility. So people will reach this place and will know exactly what is qualified olive oil and the history and the health advantages, etc.
Okay, thank you. Harry, you need to add something, or should I move to the next question?
Let's move to the next question.
Okay, thank you. So what I keep is that the two experts that responded to this question are optimistic about the future of the product, and they see an increasing demand and see some positive prospects. This is very, very positive. So another question, and I read it. In terms of marketing a premium, more expensive product, are international competition prices necessary in order to reach a higher willingness to pay for the consumers? So what I understand from the question is if prices are important for high premium products in international markets. In other words, do consumers of higher priced products are concerned about prices or not? What do you think?
They definitely do, but I really look. I take example from the wine industry. I think it's our cousin, and we can learn a lot from them. And prices are wide. The scale is unbelievable. So if it's possible there, it probably will be possible also with olive oil, and the use of olive oil is even higher than using wine. So I don't think, I think price is important, but I think branding is even more important. So if we will succeed in branding it as qualified, as healthy, as beautiful, as important, as good, as prestiged, so people will be willing to pay more. This is on the one side. On the other side, if we will succeed in making the high profile branding, maybe we will be able to recruit governments, international bodies to subsidize this sector. And then it will be possible for each one of the public to buy it in an average price, but the production and the producers will receive subsidies for the expensive production.
Well, expensive.
Yeah.
Kostas, let me ask a question that I just wrote here, related to what why someone says, why is the quality of production of traditional olive grove low? I mean, it's not low itself because it's from the traditional. It's the way that we harvest. It's the way that we keep the olives at the time that we harvest, that it makes lampante, the lowest quality.
Yes.
We do have a traditional olive grove, and we are making lampante, and also we are making early harvest. So it's just the way that you do it. And I have a point of view about the traditional olive trees, which is the old olive trees, the over 100 years old. I don't have the data for that, but I do believe that the olives of the traditional olive trees, which is 100, 150, 200 years old, they have inside of them, the tree is very balanced itself. I will say like the people. When you're younger, you have many different and different ranges of behavior. But once you get older, you just balance your behavior. So I don't have the data as a scientific, but I do believe that the olive oil from the centenary old olive trees are more balanced and more easy to have a better taste in the early harvest. So as my experience, since 8 years ago, we've been harvesting the early harvest from the same trees that have already 170 years old, and we went through many years with a high density of rain, low density of rain. So, but they almost behave the same as a final product. So, as I said before, the traditional olive groves don't have itself lampante olive oil. It's just the way that you want to extract the olive oil from the olives. That's it. Okay, I just want to make sure that everyone's understand what I said.
It's human activity that makes the difference.
Yeah.
Thank you for the clarification and for responding to this question. We have another question related to what you said earlier, Yifat, and it is, if we identify the dangers of the fake olive oils, is there a chance that we might scare consumers away? This is the question. So if we focus too much on the fake and the problems and issues you mentioned.
So let's continue fake olive oil.
That's a good answer.
I think, you know what? I understand this question. I understand the fear. But I want to add another threat from the other side, which is technology. I already find myself watching gel capsule olive oil, powder olive oil. Technology is there. They will translate the olive oil, the liquid, into something else. So if we want to keep it, we have to do it qualified. Otherwise, the technology will say the human being is not able to do it, so we will do it in a very mechanistic way. So I think this is the other danger. And I prefer to, let's say, to go down for a period of time with numbers of people who are buying olive oil. But I do believe that we will go up when olive oil will be qualified and not like the red, the red part with the graph that I showed. It's awful, I think.
Let me add just one thing. The fake is not also the olive oil. It's just the price that you pay for something that is not worth it. So
exactly,
I would say that
exactly. Yes. It's worth to buy canola oil. It's even cheaper than fake olive oil.
That's right. So
exactly. Yeah. Thank you very much. So there is a comment from the audience, and the person states that regarding education, and I agree, and will add that we need to have more high-quality articles about olive oil. I've tried to provide them to the Anglophones worldwide on the only one wide-ranging English language website focused on Greek olive oil. So there is a site, let me mention the site, it's www.greekliquidgold.com. I'll repeat that, www.greekliquidgold.com. And apparently this site has many English-speaking articles on the benefits of olive oil. And thank you for the participant for sharing this site with us. Okay. I don't see any other questions here on the chat room. No, there are no other questions. Is something else you want to add before we close the session?
Did anyone answer the question says about the international prices and stuff like that or not?
Yes, I think Yifat answered that.
Okay,
But if you want to say something, Arturo, please, we have time. Tell us, share with us your experience about the prices in international markets, please.
Well, my concern, I mean, we need someone to tell the audience that our olive oil is good enough to buy. I mean, if you don't taste the olive oil and you have to choose between which one of them, the prices will let you know which one would be the best at the beginning. Okay, so it is necessary only for the marketing plan, and it will help you to introduce the olive oil in that country that you are presenting the olive oil to the price. So it helps. It helps.
And you have to remember that agronoleptic quality check is only in olive oil, not in wine, for instance. So the tasting is very important for the quality of oil. But
yes.
Yeah,
okay. Please go ahead. I'm sorry. What, please?
No. What I wanted to say, just to continue what Arturo said, is that I do believe in tasting, but we cannot make all public taste. But only in olive oil you have the organoleptic tasting quality taste, and this is one of the problems regarding pricing. It's the quality. The prestige of this product is very low. I think it's #1 fake product in the world, food product in the world, second to honey maybe. So there is a lot of work to do before making people, convince people to
understand and appreciate. Yes. So we'll come back to the first point, that we need to educate consumers. Something that requires time. It's not very easy. And education and sharing trends and experiences was the main objective of this conference, the second international conference. And if you don't have any other comment, I will take this time to thank you, Paul, for your participation and for your meaningful insights. It was a very interesting and very meaningful session on marketing. And again, being in marketing, in our opinion, this is the most important activity, more important than producing or processing. Marketing is what at the end matters and what brings our products to the final consumer. So thank you all very much. And in like half an hour, we'll have the closing ceremony. We hope to see you there. Thanks for taking the time, and I hope to see you all live here at Rotsios College in Thessaloniki, Greece. Thank you all, and thank you the audience for staying with us on a Friday afternoon. And we'll see you in about half an hour for the closing ceremony. Thank you.